What's good, guys? Welcome to the Hobby Breakfast Show. It's your boy Onod. I'm here with Mare.
Hello.
And OT.
Yo.
And boy, have we got a show for you today. We're talking tier list. We're talking fucking Heroes of Fortitude good. We're talking news. Stay tuned. Hit like and subscribe. Subscribe to Patreon.
Oh my god.
We'll be back after this ad. I think that was the intro we all needed.
Now you're going to have to make up an ad.
That brought up the energy. No, we don't.
NordVPN.
We just cut straight to
NordVPN.
I think even we could get a NordVPN sponsorship.
Wow, I'm not so sure.
Have you heard that BetterHelp is apparently like a massive scam? Like, apparently they've been they've had like lawsuits brought against them by the US government because they're not doing a good job.
BetterHelp.
Yeah, it's
a mental health thing.
Yeah,
I've not come across that.
Basically, like it's the therapy equivalent of NordVPN. It's like advertised everywhere. I can tell.
The therapy equivalent of NordVPN. So
that's not their official strapline. I'll be honest.
Okay. I've heard of Raid Shadow Legends. If anyone's interested in that,
who hasn't?
Anyone heard of Raid? So it's an indie thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, hobby. We've not done a lot, so this will be brief. I will start. I have painted, and it feels like a fucking age ago because it was Gandalf the White on foot and mounted, and here he is, my boy. Hashtag. I don't know what I'm hashtagging. Hashtag.
Fuck.
Are these the ones that you got for your wedding?
No.
Was that just cart? Yeah, it was just cart, wasn't it?
You guys got me Gandalf the Grey, who gets to construct.
I see.
The cart is, I'm not going to lie, daunting. The thought of putting together a fine cast cart.
It was a pain in the ass, I won't lie to you.
So
be prepared to use a lot of super glue.
I will bear that in mind. I think we'll just skirt over what AT said.
I didn't hear what he said.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. We love Gandalf the White. He's very good for his points, isn't he, OT? Yes.
No. I will say, I think this is one of your better paint jobs. I think you've done a really good job.
Thank you. Yeah, it's more Gandalf the beige.
Yeah.
But I think if you go too white, it's just kind of there's not enough definition between Shadowfax and him. So I know a lot of people paint him more cream beige. Anyway, yeah, I was happy with him. Yeah, the rest of the force is coming along quite slowly though, as I was very busy this month and didn't really have enough time to do any painting other than that. But next month maybe we'll see some more. OT, do you want to talk about the one model that you painted?
Yeah, I did a very mediocre job of painting Ahsoka because I needed her for a list. It took me about an hour and a half. I didn't try very hard. I might not even send you a picture, to be honest.
Enjoy this image of Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, viewers. But I will put it through some sort of filter so it looks weird.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Yeah, what have you done?
Well, hopefully I'll have done some bolt action figures. A lot of them are very close to being done, so if there's no picture, it's because they're still not done. And if there's a picture, it's because they're done. So hopefully I'll be able to move on to the local GWs doing a 10-man team painting competition. So I'm going to try and paint some of my Hearthkin salvages for Kill Team and enter those.
Wow. There we go. Well, that concludes hobby. And now, onto the tier list. So, here we are. We've got every single citation needed, we think. Hero Fortitude on the Forces of Good. 99% of them are Thorin's Company. I can't wait to discuss the in-depth differences between Nori, Dory, and Nori Champion of Erebor and Dory Champion of Erebor. That is what I live for. It gives me life.
Well, we're glad you have something to live for now.
Thank you. We're starting with Frodo, our boy.
Yeah, so for viewers, we're sort of, if this is for some reason the first tier list you've chosen to watch of our catalogue, we've got several categories which we should probably go over. Legendary, fantastic, solid, average, whiff in the standard tier list format. And we're judging these characters based on, I guess, how they fit into their own factions and not necessarily against one another. Is that right?
I thought it was appearance.
I think it's purely based on how well GW based the miniature. Frodo's not looking good there.
No.
Yeah, no. How good they are with some context of the list, but I think there's also a little bit of ambiguous wiggling around between how much we like them, and we do end up comparing them. It's basically just vibes, really. It's how we feel in the recording. Don't read into it too deep, you know.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is this is a 100% accurate tier list, and if you're thinking that anything is incorrect, then you're wrong.
It's objectively correct, is what we're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Frodo Baggins, the version from the Fellowship.
Yeah.
He has some war gear options. They don't make him massively good, though.
Are you going to read everyone's stat line as well?
I think so, yeah. He's move 4, fight 3.
Go slower, you're going too fast.
You realise we've got like 68 to get through or something.
I don't actually have the book in front of me, so I
okay.
I don't know Frodo's stats that well.
I'm thinking he's solid because he synergizes well with the Fellowship. In any of the lists, he's got the ring. In any of the list, he's more or less useless. He's also quite expensive for what he is, so I would say he's not that great. So I'd say solid or average.
He's nice in breaking of the Fellowship because he gets free blinding light.
He's got free blinding light in breaking, and you can take him range of the Thillion, or you have to take him range of the Thillion. Not that useful, good thing. But he does give you the ring.
That meta defining list.
Yeah, he is the nerf that list. I feel like solid is too high given how many dwarfs we're going to be putting in solid, so I'm going to say average, and we will come back if we want to reassess. Sam,
legendary.
Instant legendary. The guy fucking kills Azog like easy.
He basically did the whole journey to Mordor himself. So
he carried Frodo. I mean,
he did literally and metaphorically.
Why don't they just give the ring to like a squirrel and then carry the squirrel?
Great point. Just have a demented squirrel in a sack and just take it.
Head tap meme will be inserted there. Right, Frodo of Fingers. He is okay.
I think he's actually quite good. I think he's probably above Fellowship.
I think he's solid.
Yeah. He is in a crap list though.
Yeah, but 6-inch mana, like, come on now, that's pretty.
But you don't run him in your. You've never run him in your Shire list.
That's because I want to run Giga Chad Sam. Okay,
right. But you could put both in. You're just choosing not to.
I could, but
Giga Chad Sam.
I want to. Right, solid for Frodo. He's fine. He can't fight though. But yeah, for 6-inch banner, he's good. Giga Chid Sam. Samwise the Brave. I mean, fucking slap him in legendary, even higher than regular Sam.
No, sure, yeah.
The boy gets Sting. He gets an extra attack with Rosie. He gets better free heroic combats because he doesn't have to fucking run after Frodo. He can just do it when he wants. The man is a beast.
I can just feel OT seething.
We're going to get so many hate. I'm going to hate comment. Like,
why have we got Paladin took in twice?
I literally said at the beginning that I put one in by accident.
Oh, right.
I had to screenshot all of these individually.
He's just that memorable. He's in twice.
He's so good. Right, we'll keep one just in case you've forgotten anyone.
Okay, he's in whiff. He's in whiff.
Oh, he brings more Turkish hunters.
Okay, he's got a top hat. You can put him in average for his top hat.
I tell you what, top of whiff. No one goes above him for the
top of whiff. I mean, he's basically got a 12-inch standfast, but everything else about him is shit.
He is actually okay in the Legendary Legion. Want to bring your archers on as ambushers because he can bring Turkish hunters in his warband, and he can ambush unlike Pippin. So actually, he does have a little bit of use in bigger point Shire. This is way too in-depth Shire. No one cares. Farmer Maggot. Farmer Maggot is
he's good.
fine. I
He's
think
fantastic.
his dogs are good.
His dogs are really well. He's actually really good as well. I've run him a few times. He's the most killy hobbit.
But the two-handed
that incredible title.
The two-handed weapon is a bit annoying, though.
No, it's the best thing about him. He's the only hobbit that can get it, and when they're such low strength, I mean, I used Shire with Farmer Maggot against.
You can give all of the sheriffs two-handed weapons because they have.
I did see that one coming.
And you can give them effectively Burley with the I can't remember, whole foot Bracegill, is it?
But you played the list. Why would I know?
I don't have the sheriff leaders though because I hate chasing the meta.
Isn't a scythe also? Is that right?
sorry, Matt. Me and OT were agreeing. What was the scythe?
Is the scythe used as a pick?
Yes, it can be a pick. I've got the book open. Yes, it can be a pick.
So he's strength 4 Burley, two-handed.
He's not Burley. He gets the minus
not
1.
Burley. That was the wrong word.
This is why he's been doing well for you because you haven't been minus
cheating. Yeah,
he's Burley.
He's okay. I've used him in 2 games. One of them he did awfully in, but so did the rest of my army. And the other one, he was the last man standing against Chef, and he was just taking down dwarf after dwarf.
I think you might have been getting lucky there.
Maybe. I think he's solid.
Wow.
Below Frodo.
Wow.
I would put him top of average.
Okay, I'm also happy with that.
Yeah. OT, you can decide.
Yeah, I mean, my tier list looking very different to yours. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, that's fine.
Do you not have Sam? Do you not have Sam in Legendary?
I have nothing above solid at the moment. I can confirm.
We'll put Farmer Maggot top of average.
Bilbo, bottom of average.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, taking him in a list. I guess you could bring him in Rivendell.
Yes, that was good. But you wouldn't, unfortunately.
He's just a really nice sculpt.
He's probably not. He's probably not Fortitude in Rivendell, though, is he? He's probably like.
I think he'll be minor. I will check actually, but yeah.
It's oh god, I fucking own Grey Company as well.
Halbarad.
That's it's because I want to call him Halbarath.
Halbrand from the show of Rings of Power.
Halbarad, he's pretty good with his banner.
Yeah. Best banner in the game after Boromir.
Now, when we did our banner tier list, he was legendary. Legendary. I think you might have a case for being legendary for Fortitude heroes.
Yeah, a bottom of legendary or top of fantastic. I'm happy.
The problem is he's not in any particularly strong list, as it were. But in Grey Company, the banner is very good. And because it's a 6-inch banner and you're all hero, you can normally actually get most of your models within range of it. So it does feel pretty strong.
Yeah, no, that is definitely true. You can get a lot of use out of that list, but the list itself is
problematic.
Always hamstrung in certain scenarios.
Yep.
Let's put him top of fantastic for now, and we will rejiggle if necessary. I mean, Sam is going to at some point in this video have to drop down to where he should be.
Let's just put him in.
Put
him in average now.
It's not this day. This day he stays in legendary.
Yeah,
I'm putting him top of average because I love him.
Yep, that's fair.
That's nice.
Madril?
Yes. Well done.
Ooh, look at me. I see you can speak about Madril with authority.
I can. I have nearly played a game with him.
Only the best on the Hobby Breakfast Show. The hottest take.
I really thought about it for an extended period of time, and then I was like, actually, no, I don't want to do that. So he's got a really nice reinforcements rule. He's 55 points, 3 might. He's got March, Woodland Creature, Armor Sword Bow. Like, I think he's just really nice as a utility piece. I don't think I'd say he's sort of middling solid would be my guess, but willing to be swayed.
No, I'm happy with that. Let's pop him above Frodo.
Yep. Kyrian.
That was the one. He has some sort of monster killing rule, doesn't he?
So he's 4, fight 4, strength 4, d6, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 4, 3/1/1, armor sword, shield. He's got resolve and strike. When charging an enemy that causes terror, he receives a +2 bonus to his courage value, and he receives a +2 value to his courage when models with Blaze of the Dead make strikes at him. Yeah.
He's not that special.
But
No.
yeah,
Somewhere in
Top of
average.
top of average.
Yeah.
He's above all the hobbits.
Because his base stat line's actually not shit.
Yeah. Malbeth the Seer, probably legendary in
Legendary.
Arnor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
So is Erkenbrand.
Makes Arnold legit.
You think Erkenbrand's legendary?
No.
Maybe fantastic then.
I mean,
His red shield thing just makes him count as a banner now, though, doesn't it? It used to be just +1 fight. I don't know if in Rohan where you can get quite cheap,
But
reliable banners.
his Legion
quite
is
useful.
pretty tasty.
What Legion is he in?
Am I thinking of a different one? What am I thinking of?
I think
you might
Erkenbrand's in
be.
AMS.
I think you might be thinking of Theodred.
Oh, I'm thinking of Threadred, yes. Wait, who's this Erkenbrand? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Erkenbrand is the guy with the big red shield. Pay a point to make red shields think he's a banner. He's solid at best.
Yeah, I think so. Bomber solid.
I'll put him above Frodo, I think.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep.
Now,
Gamling will be up in Legendary.
Yeah, probably below Malbeth. I feel like Malbeth is 100% an auto-include, but Gamling at like low points, maybe you might not. I don't really know.
Yeah, you're probably taking all Rohan lists in your arm, though.
Yeah. I mean, like, in an Arnor list, you pretty much have to have Melbeth, whereas, like, you don't have to run Rohan with Gamling. I mean, I think he's very, very good. But then also, maybe that's unfair because Rohan has so many more hero choices, so maybe that's not valid. But, like, I think Malbeth is so strong, I think it's hard to say that Gamling is stronger.
Hammer, my sweet prince, is unfortunately
that is fucking trash.
Not good.
He's I think he's above Paladin.
Yeah, he's above Paladin. He needs some.
Yeah.
He's slightly cheaper might than a captain, but in a list where you've got like 20 heroes, you're never going to take him. I don't think he's in any of the legendary legions, so he's really.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is he doesn't have March, so like, what are you using that cheap might for? I guess heroic moves, but
he has defense, doesn't he? So he does a little bit of survivability.
So he can keep himself alive.
He does have bodyguard, so
yeah, it's true.
But yeah, he's just not worth it. In the list, Grimbold.
I think he's trash, but like I'm willing to be swayed.
I know that in the Legendary Legion, people do like him, don't they? And he does give you Helmingers +1 strength.
And like, I think you see him a lot in Theodred's Guard, right? And like having 2 might for fairly cheap, and like if you can get the trap, he is fight 5, which is quite nice. Like that's something that actually not all of Rohan sort of also.
And he has the Mighty Blow, doesn't he?
He does. That's nice.
Kind of wish he had Burley rather than Mighty Blow, to be honest. I don't think he is. Is he fight 5? Are you sure?
Yeah. It says in the book.
No way. I always thought he was fight 4. Maybe that was the previous. I think he's gonna go top of average or bottom of solid. I
think he deserves to be in solid. I think he's fine.
Yeah.
We'll put him bottom of solid then. Eristor.
Bottom of fantastic.
That is some good shit.
He's really good.
I put him middling fantastic, but
well, we've only got one of the things.
We've only got 2 at the moment, so he's either top or bottom right now. But I'm sure he'll end up in the middle. He did very well in our 100 point or less hero.
He did.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's the throwing daggers that hit on a 3 and reroll wounds, and he can reroll wounds in close combat, and he's got strike and he's got terror. Like it's kind of all there. And good, like
good bang for the buck.
Yeah, and it's a bit tricky, I guess, because I don't really know if you'd run him. I guess I'm trying to think what list to be best in. Like a Lothlorien Alliance might be nice, but then I don't know. Do you need a Hero of Valor for that? I'm not sure. Anyway,
so you're right in like a kind of Rivendell with Círdan kind of list, maybe.
Yeah. Anyway,
I guess Rivendell, it's always just difficult getting in the budget heroes when you've got to take a big one, and then you're probably taking someone like Círdan. So just list dependent, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Eladan and Elra here. I kind of like he too. I'm not gonna lie.
You cut out when you said what you thought about them.
Oh, I said I kind of low-key rate them. Good.
Yeah,
I think they're points effective. Big might caddies. Good fight. 3 attacks is decent. The ability to switch though, if you need to. You can give them like basically any war gear option. I just think they're really flexible, good in variety of lists. I kind of like the goofy old models. I own these 2. They've grown on me. I'm not gonna lie. Since buying them and painting them, I kind of like it now. Mm-hmm. There you go. Not that influences where they go, but yeah, there you go. I would be thinking maybe they're bottom of fantastic.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can take them in some fun little lists as well. Men of the West, Grey Company. They pop up in some of the interesting ones. This isn't Elrond.
This
is Lindir.
Sorry.
If Elrond was in Fortitude, there would be something wrong with the world.
Right.
This is true.
I don't know what I think about Lindir.
He just doesn't. I don't know what you would use him for. Like
he buffs Elrond, right?
He does. He gives him a 3 point of will each turn, basically, but has to be within 6 inches.
Yeah.
He gives all friendly Rivendell models resistant to magic.
Does he only have 1 attack?
He's fight 5, strength 4, D4, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 4, 1/3/1 for 65 points.
I mean, resistance to magic is quite nice.
Maybe in like but then also at larger points, surely you're just bringing like a caster who could kind of do that job for you. Like when Círdan is a similar point level.
But your caster is only going to be able to buff your heroes, while this is like a bubble, isn't it? So it's sort of like he gives you a little bit more defense, like magic defense for your troops. But I agree that if you're purely looking to defend just your heroes, then there are better options.
I think it's just a bit awkward. I think I'd put him in average.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Above the Hobbits or
below Sam. Above Farmer Maggot.
Yeah, that's fair. We do love Sam. Gildor Inglorian, great model. Love this model. Underused pose. They should do drawing sword models more often.
Yeah, I really like him.
He's got a really weird stat line, doesn't he? Isn't he like 1 Might Wolf?
You cut out again, but he's 1/4/1.
Yeah, that's what I said. And he's like D3, is that right?
D4.
D4 still though, Jesus, that's so low.
Yeah. He does have immobilize on a 3+ with 4 will.
And he gets the 8-inch move, guys.
He does.
Just feel like he's in a bit of an awkward list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about him in Rivendell. If they did some sort of like Legendary Legion where you could ally these guys with the Dunedain or with some hobbits, I feel like it'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about.
I'd put him in average.
I think he's underwhelming, unfortunately.
Cool idea though. Like, good that he
Yeah.
exists, but I just don't think it would work.
Yeah, should we put him top of average?
Yeah, I was thinking top of average.
Remel's got to be up in fantastic. I'd have thought.
Yeah,
That is
above the twins.
He'd be very close to legendary for me. I think, like, as a Fortitude hero, for what he offers, he is extremely good.
He's definitely very good. I'd be saying he's similar to Aristor in terms of placement.
Yeah, true. But I just like the swift parry rule, and the fact you can shield means that you can basically tie up any big hero you want to. But like, maybe that's not enough to be legendary.
It's a little bit role dependent, isn't it? It's sort of.
Well, I mean, if you got,
he could stall a big hero for the entire game. He could get unlucky and lose in the first.
Because he is only 2 wounds, 1 fate, I guess.
Yeah,
which is a bit squishy.
Is he better than a 6-inch banner?
No.
I think he goes above Aristor, but below Alworth then.
Sounds good.
Marden, wielder of big spear.
Oh,
so
shit.
girthy.
He's just weird. I think
Haldir should be in here. Haldir should be in here.
That's why we have Paladin Took.
Paladin Took.
Wait, isn't Haldir Fala?
No, I've just read the book. He's Fortitude.
Yeah,
unless he got buffed.
They FAQ'd him to be Valor.
Oh,
people
wow.
complained.
How did I even... well, okay, anyway, we move. Cool.
Marden, big spear guy. He is weird, isn't he? He's so weird.
I think he's whiff.
Not great. Oh,
he's very expensive and does basically nothing.
Why isn't he an independent hero? So you put him in Durin's warband, which is what the law is. He's meant to be like Durin's bodyguard. Make him an independent hero, and then he'd make sense. And a little bit cheaper and less shit. But other than that,
I think whiff is harsh. He's 75 points and he's fight 5, strength 4, D7, 3 might.
I agree. Whiff's harsh. He's still a dwarf. He's still got to be kind of like guild or Lindir territory, right? He's
above Sam.
Above Sam. Well,
yeah, just above Sam. I mean, if they're 1-on-1, I mean, he is winning.
No one's above Sam. He's the Prince of our heart.
I love how tilted Onod gets whenever we're like, above Sam?
Sam is... I mean, you saw him. He can kill an orc. He can kill an orc.
That is what you want your Heroes of Fortune to be doing.
You know what? That's what I want my 60-point hero, who I also 15-point independent character to make better, to do. Kill one orc.
He probably killed like 30 or 40 points of orcs. Like,
I know.
That's not to be trifled with.
He put in work. I love him. Right. Floy Stonehand Hammer.
Yep, Stonehand. You got it.
He's pretty good, actually. I feel like he's going to be a solid.
I reckon if you're playing against someone who's never played him before, he's really good. And then the more you play him, the less good he becomes, I think.
You say that, but on a couple of weekends ago at Worcester, someone used him and went 4-2 and ended up beating the person who actually won the tournament with that list. So it can't be that bad.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said that diminishing returns in terms of the surprise, the shock effect. But he's good. He's good. Turning off a special rule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nothing else does that in the game, does it? So
no, apart from the Black Shield Shaman can technically do that if it's a weapon rule, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I suppose you could argue Paralyzed turns off active rules as well. But anyway, is he fantastic or is he solid?
I think he's slightly limited by the list he's in.
Yeah,
I think like, because I'm not saying the list is bad, I'm just saying it's quite restrictive and it's maybe not good at all points levels. Like it has actually done quite well at high points. So maybe I'm not fully...
I'd say if anything, it's better at high points because your opponent's more likely to take big stuff that's more dangerous, and therefore the odds of you having something good to use against is quite high.
But also, you can only do it once per turn, and at higher points level, they're likely to have more than one threat.
It costs a will point, does it?
Yeah, it does.
So you're only doing it a few turns as well. So
I mean, I think the big thing it has no range. So like, as long as you can see them, you can do it, which I think is also quite unique in terms of like magic needs range and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think he's bottom fantastic for me.
Bottom fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the heroes we've got in solid at the moment, I feel like he's just. I mean, he's the closest thing to Magic Dwarves have. Like, he's just he's quite unique. Yeah, I think he's cool.
That's fair. Mirren and Dra. Man, I really love the one with the helmet, the miniature.
Yeah,
class miniature. These guys are Iron Hills, right? They're not.
They're Wanderers in the Wild and Iron Hills.
Yeah.
So you see them sometimes in Iron Hills, not a lot because people tend to ally the chunky dwarves. Dwarves are variable, so I mean, I think they're still good for what they are. There are better options in their lists, which is unfortunate. So I'm probably thinking somewhere in solid or near the bottom of fantastic, just because they're super cool.
They're just slightly expensive for what they offer, I think. Like, the thing is, it's a bit like Eladan and Elra here. If you could run them as individual models, they would be better because they could fit into more versatile ranges of points. But like 140 for these two is quite a commitment, and you wouldn't have a huge amount of space in their warband because, like, obviously they're only Fortitude, and one of the spots I think is taken by one of the models. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe middling solid is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to put them above Erkenbrand.
Fair enough.
Farmer Cotton.
Oh God, should we just put all the hobbits in with? Actually, no.
I don't think they're all with.
They're not all with. Farmer Cotton does give you the only spear in the army.
That is useful.
And he allows militia to read wands in combat for the fight. So
if they're near his flowers, or is that a different guy?
That's a different guy. That's Gaffer. He's shit. Shit banner combined with a spear. Not dreadful at big points. Probably taking a few hobbits over him. Yeah, I'd probably say he's top of whiff.
Yeah, top of whiff.
Not even sneaking into average.
Nah, we've got too many average.
We've got ring bearers in average. I mean, they've got way more use than him.
Yeah.
Robin Smallborough, he has the little gimmick where you can like bring his warband on in like a Maelstrom mission, but other than that, he's a very okay.
Yeah.
Top of whiff.
I'll put him slightly above. Holfer is actually good because he gives the burly to the sheriffs. He probably
has solids.
Would he go that high?
Because he's in the more competitive lists, he's always going to get taken.
Yeah, but more competitive. I mean, it's a.
But then you look at what we've got in solid, and it's like Grimbold, like
everyone in solid is better than him.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, in a one-on-one, but he offers more to
does he?
Do around him, I'd argue. Well, he basically makes a unit that's really shit average, probably. I mean that makes
that's some pretty glowing praise
I'd actually say Sheriff's already good because they're fight 3. He's just making them slightly more killy. But if you're one-on-oneing with a sheriff, you're doing it wrong. You should be swarming, and then you don't mind using the 200 anyway.
But because they've not got spears, swarming is really difficult anyway.
Yeah, I know. But like, I'm looking at Grimbold, bottom of solid. Grimbold gives Rohan warriors +1 strength. You can then piercing strikes get at strength 5, which is a similar kind of effect, but much more useful and on a better hero. I don't think that he can break out top of average personally.
Yeah, okay, let's go top of average. I'll accept that.
But that's pretty glowing praise for a Hobbit hero. Like, there's not many who make it that high.
For not like one of the actual main characters, like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Quick Beam, my boy.
Quick Beam. I mean, he's pretty damn good. I'd say he's fantastic.
I mean, I think just being monsters does give you a little bit of an edge in this tier list format that we've got going. 8-inch move does catch people out and mess with people's plans versus Ents. Something
Has he got March? Does he have March? Am I remembering that right?
He does have March, which is the only March access I think you have in Ents as well.
Yeah.
He is, however, slightly lower fight than the other Ent heroes. 7. I don't think he has strike access, so you do have to be a little bit careful with him. And he is only a 1 fight. Not 1 fight, 1 fate. So he will go down surprisingly quickly as well. He's good. I would probably say that he does make it into Fantastic and Ents just because Fangorn, it's useful to have the March, it's useful to have the 8-inch move. He gives you a little bit of utility.
He's always going to be in a Fangorn list, isn't he? If you're actually trying to win.
Sure. I'd probably put him bottom of Fantastic.
I'd put him above Floy.
You think you put him above Floy?
Yeah, I think he's more of an auto-include for that particular list, and he offers a lot for the Ents that they need, i.e. speed.
Yeah, well, I mean, what Ents really needs is a banner, but...
but of what they do have.
Yeah, okay, I'll put him above Floy. Beachbone. I personally prefer Quick Beam to Beachbone. Beachbone is higher fight, he's got strike, so he is a bit more killy, and he does have the Orc, Bane, various different things. So in Good versus Evil, he's slightly more useful too. I know a lot of people think that he's better than Quick Beam. I'm not one of them.
I don't think you need extra killing power in an Ent list. I think you need the ability to maneuver around the board.
I've always go on. Sorry.
He's not like a worse Treebeard. That's not necessarily fair, but he kind of is. Whereas Quick Beam offers something.
He is worse Treebeard.
But he as in that he offers what Treebeard does, but not as good. But then obviously he shouldn't be as good because Treebeard should be better. But
it's also he offers less utility than the Hobbits, and also has way more will, so you feel a bit more confident with him versus the casters. I don't personally back Beachbone. I'd say he's still got to be fantastic just because he's a fight 8 hero, but I would put him below Quick Beam personally. But I think it's personal preference there. Do you want a slightly more killy, slightly more able to deal with big hero character, or do you want slightly more utility? I mean, the answer is you take both of them, because at 500 points, you just take the 3 heroes and hobbits, and you're not really playing Ents below 500 points. So we'll put him under Floy.
Yeah,
there we go.
Sensible.
Alfred, he's probably in this version going to be legendary, isn't he?
Yeah, unfortunately, bottom
of legendary.
Legendary nonetheless.
But legendary nonetheless with his monobrow. Is this... I can't remember what he's called. The Lake Town Captain...
Braga.
He's pretty good in Lake Town.
I don't know his rules, so you'll have to explain to me.
I think... Well, I also am not 100% sure of his rules. OT? Any idea?
Yeah.
Oh, he's looking for his Hobbit book now.
I can't find my Armies of Hobbit book. Oh, here it is. I think he gets cool shit for being near the Master. Let me have a look. So he's Fight 4, Strength 4, D5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 3, 3-1-1. He's got March and Defense. As long as the Master has will points remaining, if Braga declares a heroic action within 6 inches of the Master of Lake Town, roll a d6. On a 4+, the action is free. And the other ones are negative, but any Lake Town captains and guard may not take part in heroic actions by Bard or his son or Sigrid and Tilda. So free heroic stuff.
On a 4.
And he'll get a banner and +1 fight. So he'll go to fight 5, being within range of the Master.
Jeez, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he sneak into Fantastic, or is he just top of?
I I think he's in fantastic.
I think in a late town list, I imagine you'd probably see him quite often. Like, he just seems really useful, and like the chance of getting like multiple free marches early in the game is really nice. No strike is ideal, but he's still good.
Yeah, but he's not there for that, is he?
No.
Bowman, fantastic. We've got young Bilbo Baggins. Ring access with none of the downsides. Holla holla.
Yep.
It's good.
How many points? He's 60 points. I mean,
when you compare him to old Bilbo, he's just so much better.
Yeah. Oh no, he's definitely in a tier or maybe even 2 above old Bilbo. He's bottom of average. Is he?
I mean, it should be noted. There's another version of him as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Master Burglar has got to go higher. So I think we need to leave scope for
that.
Do we put him very top of solid, like really, really good? But
yep, top of solid's fine.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh god. Okay, right.
Bomber.
Oh god. Right.
That is trash.
God. There's just so many. I mean, Bomber's not that bad, but he's got 3 attacks, hasn't he?
2.
Oh, I'm thinking of the.
Here we go.
I'm thinking of Nori. Yeah, Bomber's not great. His special rule is pretty situational, and he doesn't get to use it much because he has to stand still to use it, as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking
he does have 3 wounds, which is a bit of a funny meme.
Below Sam in average.
Below Sam in average for Bomber. I'm just going to allow you guys to
to dictate.
I think we should do Philly and Killy together, even though it's just Killy there.
They're not next to each other in the thing, though.
No, they're not. But we'll do them together because they're identical. Other than one of them has a bow.
They're both fine, aren't they?
Weapons.
Like
they're not bad. Like they have strike.
Inclusions.
They're well costed.
Yeah,
I think they're probably bottom of solid. Both of them. Their rules not very important.
Yeah, I mean they both have strike, which is nice. I think their champion versions are a significant upgrade. But like they're nowhere near the top of the list of models you'd include in Thorin's company. So yeah.
No. So yeah. Both of them bottom solid. Then you've got
old one.
What?
The old one.
The old guy with the hearing difficulties. He's actually not too bad. He can let you re-roll for a will one of your dice. So he's like a shit banner. He's like a very limited banner.
Shit banner.
But because you're all heroes, it does come in handy. I have used him a fair amount. But he's one of the first dwarves to go if I need to have 4 or 5 or 6 or even 7 dwarves. He's going to be. He's not very killy.
That's because Killy's and solid. There we go.
I think he is going to be
average,
above Bomber in average.
Yeah, but still down there.
Down there below Sam.
Fun fact: did you know it's pronounced Owen?
Owen.
It's Owen.
Okay, Owen. Good. Gloin.
And again, it's pronounced Glowin.
Okay. Oh, this guy. Sorry, I thought we were fucking hell. All right, Glowin.
Now,
I think we're gonna slap him in solid or fantastic. He's really, really good. He doesn't benefit from the army special rule because Thorin lets you re-roll ones.
That is a niche special rule though. Like I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like we should be chucking him down too far for that. Like
no. I think he's still really, really good. He's fight 6, right? 3 attacks.
Yeah.
And that's basically all you need to know. He's strength 4, 5.
He's just B-Tech Gimli, isn't he?
But he's got axes so he can pierce if he needs to.
He's got throwing axes. He's got strike.
Yeah.
He's actually fairly high defense, which this list weirdly lacks. Like he's D7. He's
a little bit more cost effective than Dwalin. Basically.
Do you? What do you mean by cost effective?
What are their points again? Isn't Dwalin 100 and he's 90 or something?
Yeah, Gloin's 85, Dwellin's 100.
Okay, so 15 points cheaper. He doesn't get two-handed Burley,
No.
but he still has basically everything else.
He's lower strength as well.
Oh, okay.
Dwellin's D5, and he's fearless.
Okay, never mind.
Where am I putting him? Where am I putting him?
Put him at the very top of solid.
Yes,
above Bilbo.
Above Bilbo.
Next one.
Who's this? Dory?
Nori.
He's basically a two-handed guy.
Yeah.
He's not
Burley.
anything special. He does have Burley, which is useful. Wait, does he have Burley? I can't remember.
Well, he's weapon master, so he never suffers the penalty. So
I think he's probably top of average, like very top.
I think he's he's only 2 attacks. He's fight 5, which is quite nice, and he's got strike. But yeah,
but you're not taking him over Nori and Philly and Killy, are you? Basically,
I would.
You would? What? Because of the two-hander?
Because of the two-hander.
Did you say he has strike?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Put him above Philly and Killy, below Grimbold.
Ori.
Yeah, he's
incredible.
He's so good. He's somewhere in fantastic, at least for me.
Whoa, yeah, I'd say very bottom of fantastic. Very bottom of fantastic.
Yeah, very bottom of fantastic.
The fact that if you don't move, you can fire the slingshot twice, and on a 6 you auto wound is just bonkers. Like it means like if you do it for a couple of turns, you very easily can put like a wound onto a big hero or something like that. Like it is really good.
I mean, I've done that several times. I'm sure you've done it a few times as well.
Yeah.
And it does mean that you've basically got an honesty bow sort of equivalent that is actually very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, cool. Now it's Dory. He's got 3 attacks.
He does.
I think that's pretty sweet. So
yeah,
I feel like he's going somewhere in solid, maybe above Grimbold. One above Grimbold. No, he's not got strike though, is he? Bottom of solid.
I prefer him to like Nori and Philly and Killy just for the 3 attacks.
Okay, I suppose it's a lot more consistent. He's fight 5.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go above Grimbold. One above Grimbold.
Biffa.
The free move is actually incredible if you can get axe dislodged.
Yeah, and he's got strike.
And he's got strike. So I reckon above quick beam in fantastic, below the elves. Because that move, free moves for basically the whole game if you get his axe sorted.
I will say it can be a little fiddly to get that off. Like it's not guaranteed.
But you can, because you've got so much might and you've got so many heroes. You can create the situation for him a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I'm yet to pull it off myself, I have to say. But I mean, does that take him down a few? I don't know.
We're missing.
I think. Oh, fucking really? Yes, we are in both versions. No, he's there in Champions.
He's there in Champions. We're just missing regular. We'll use Paladin Mark II.
Okay. Boffer is not very good.
No, he basically just helps Bilbo, right? I reckon we. No, is that not what his rule is? Oh no, I'm thinking of Dory.
He has a Mattock and he has Steadfast. If he's targeted by magical power, he may try to ignore this. On a 2-up, he can ignore it. He's 2 attacks.
I used to think that was a really shit rule because why would you target him with anything? But actually, it works really well for AoE. And if you really don't want your opponent to transfix the guy that you're doing a heroic move or heroic march with, then you use it with him. So actually, it can be situationally very, very clutch. I'd say maybe bottom of solid, below everything else, just because the utility is quite nice. Then we've got the young.
Where am I putting him? Sorry.
I think bottom of solid.
Okay, and Paladin Took has been put at bottom of solid.
Okay.
To represent him in a not at all confusing situation.
We should have just had like 5 paladins just in case we forgot some.
Yeah. Young Dwalin. No,
I don't know young Dwalin or young Balin. So
they're just
young Dwalin. He's basically Dwalin, but he doesn't have Burley.
Okay.
Like aside from that, he's identical. Fight. Oh no, he's only fight 5, so he loses a fight value. He's strength 5, d6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, 222. He's fearless.
Normal Balin.
Fuck's sake.
Oh
no, young Balin's Valor.
Oh well, let's just use.
Normal Balin. Yeah, normal Balin is Valor.
Yeah.
We
got all of the regular Thorin's company. Don't worry. Keep going.
I think Dwalin's not quite as good as his Thorin's company version. Like he just loses out on the fight 6 and the burly. He's still not bad. He can pierce. He can so he's got a rule that allows him to reduce his fight value by D3. He can reroll. He can then reroll all failed to wound rolls in the fight, which is quite nice. But yeah, I think maybe like middling solid is probably fair. Like he does have strike, but yeah, I'd say middling solid.
I'll put him above Erkenbrand.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Balin, young Balin.
I mean, he does have 2 attacks.
He's still got the priority thing.
Yeah, he's got defense, but he's only 1 might, and he is 2 fate, but he's only fight 4. I think he's just in a bit of an awkward spot. Like, you don't really want him fighting, but he could maybe do a bit of work.
Just Blue Grimbold, maybe then.
Yeah, I feel like it's maybe slightly generous. I'd put him maybe a bit lower, but around that sort of golden Grimbold standard.
Yeah, the sort of he's okay.
He's fine. He's fine.
Yeah.
Right. Philly with armor.
Yeah, let's do Philly and Kitty together again. I mean, like you said, OT, they're just better versions of the other ones. Like they are more expensive. But if you had the choice, I guess, and you're not too worried about model counts, you'd certainly take these 2.
I mean, so the advantages they have here is they're getting 6-inch banner from Thorin, who himself is very good, and they can be on goats, which like the knockdown and the charge bonuses, I think, are very strong. So yeah, that I'd say that's a pretty compelling reason to pop them in the list.
Where are they going?
They're not fantastic, I don't think.
No, maybe just below Glow-in in solid. Because I'd still take basic Glow-in over souped up Philly and Kelly.
I think the fact that you could have these 2 on goats for the same price as Gloin.
That's true. I hadn't thought about the goats. I think that makes them above Glow-in, the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Top of solid for Philly and Kelly.
Juiced up Glow-in. I mean, he's like, according to our fucking...
He's legendary. He's the best 100-point hero.
Yeah. I don't know if he's legendary, but he's definitely fantastic.
I think he's bottom of legendary.
You reckon?
He's because you take him in Iron Hills, you take him in, well, basically just that actually. But Champions Era Ball version he's just got everything that you could possibly need apart from speed.
Can't go fast.
And he's a ginger dwarf. I mean, what else do I need to say?
I think like the buff to D8 and the 3 might and the fact he's burly is pretty crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And the thrown weapons.
Yeah.
Does he have thrown weapons in this version?
He does. He loses out on them in this version, which is a slight.
But he does reroll once to wound.
Yeah. And he'll be most of the time wounding on like 5s, 4s, probably.
Yeah. But buff old dwarf.
Yeah, I don't really know about the buff versions of all these other dwarves, to be honest.
Right. Which one is it? Is it Oin? Are we looking at
the one that can't hit?
Oin. Yeah. So he's D8 in this version. Still only 1 attack. He's 1/4/1. And he comes with sword and a shield. I think he's better than his other version, but I don't think he's good. And he probably is still a bit expensive.
Yeah, because if anything, I feel like for his rule, he's a support character. Like, I don't know why I'd want my support character having like such insane armor. If anything, probably excessive. And to me, that devalues him quite a lot. Like, It's like knowing something's going to sit at the back, but making it incredibly defensive anyway. I just don't see a reason to do it unless you're planning on having him on the front line, which is also fine. Which I think you'd have to justify the point.
Yeah. But then he's only got 1 attack, so what's he doing up the front line?
Yeah, I think probably just put him below his other form in average. Again, I would say maybe just above his other form.
I mean, he does get strike in this version. Is worth noting.
Like that's
he doesn't. He gets a resolve or something.
Okay.
Which
is
nice.
See him on. It's because he's paladin.
Yeah, because paladin.
He's still only 5'4".
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think just chuck him just above his other form. So bottom solid, basically.
Can't see which one that is because his shield's in the way of his.
That is Norrie.
Norrie.
So he doesn't have his 2-hander anymore.
No.
So he doesn't have Burley.
No.
So what does he have?
He is fight 5, strength 4, D8, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 5. He's got strike and strength. He's got a mace and a shield.
You can reroll a dice to win a duel and reroll.
Yeah, he's a budget Lord of the West.
So he's got 3 attacks, rerolling one of them, and in his other form, he's got 2, I believe. It's actually quite nice upgrades.
But he loses out on what's it called? Burley.
He's re-rolling a dice for making strikes, though, so it's not the end.
True.
Yeah, I think above, just below young Dwalin.
Sure.
The fucking rankings are so arbitrary in this version.
The dwarves have really just fucking
ruined it. Fucking, we're barely we're what are we, like 2/3 of the way through or something? Like we still
we're like 4/5.
1, 2, 3.
We've got 5 Thorin's company left. Right, bomber with armor.
I reckon just stick him above his other form. No.
Gosh.
Solid.
To be fair, D7 with 3 wounds and heroic defense, like.
Yeah,
like that is no, well, literally, but like he's quite he's a tough guy to get through.
Okay, below normal glow in solid, because he's just so tanky.
Below normal glow in solid.
Ori.
Buff Ori.
Ori, sorry. Does he have a slingshot?
No.
Right, bottom of whiff.
Wow.
I think he still has his chronicler rules, so they can still regain might. Yeah. So maybe bottom of whiff is harsh, but he is in whiff. He is in whiff.
Top of whiff, just because he can't be at the bottom of whiff. But the fact that he doesn't have his slingshot is obviously just very disappointing. That was his main thing.
Yeah.
Is he really not bottom of average? We're actually.
Okay, fine. Put him top of average. I think bottom of average is.
Whoa! No, he's not. He's like.
Come on, he's in bottom of fantastic in his other form.
But that's because he has the slingshot, which can auto wound.
That's
on a 6.
Only for the slingshot, like you said. Everything else about him is better.
But also in this version, he's 55 points. Like he's more expensive, and I'd argue he's worse.
All right, bottom of average.
Can't believe you're arguing about Ori. Right, Biffa.
Yeah, so Biffa's good here, I think, because he's just a bit better at getting his rule off. So I'd say just above his normal form in Fantastic.
And he has throw stones.
And he keeps his strike.
We love throw stones. And then finally, Buff Dory.
He real good.
I mean, he's just the same, isn't he? But more defense.
So he gets Weapon Master in this. So he's two-handed mace and doesn't suffer the penalty.
Oh shit! Okay.
He doesn't get strike. But he is fight 5, strength 4, D8 with 3 attacks and burly.
Okay,
for 75 points.
That's actually pretty damn good for 75 points. Okay,
yeah.
I think he might be at bottom of fantastic. That's pretty. He sounds pretty good.
I mean, him and glowing really get like a nice upgrade in for this one. Like,
yeah,
they're just like their killing power is pretty crazy.
bottom of Fantastic.
He's going bottom of Fantastic, which has now made the tier list so big that viewers are not going to see Legendary. Sorry. Bilbo Master Burglar. I mean,
that is pretty good.
He's pretty good.
He's let me check. I think he's 333, isn't he, as well? I think he gets that upgrade.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, where is it?
Sure
he's in Survivors, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Survivors. Like,
here we go. 90 points. So he's fight 3, strength 2, D6. 333. Yeah. Gets strike, gets defense. It's all there.
I like that you scoffed at D6. Like that's more than any other Hobbit.
Yeah.
It's that mithril coat, isn't it? Just putting in work.
I
mean, 333 on a ring.
Yeah,
and you can take him in the list with bards, so he's okay.
Well, I think you can take him because survivors can ally as well, so you can combo this. You combo this with fucking Thranduils if you wanted to.
It's just the 4-inch move from down.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, he can lead 12 schmucks and survivors as well. So
yeah,
I don't really know how good he is. It's difficult to say.
Below glowing in solid, maybe.
I think upper solid.
That would put him pretty much where regular Bilbo is, though.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Does he sneak into Fantastic?
I don't know. Maybe he's just top of solid.
How many points is he?
90.
Quite expensive.
Yeah, but he's
survivable.
He's the ring with no downsides, and he's very survivable.
Yeah, top of solid.
And he's resistant to magic, so even.
Yeah, and he can throw stone.
Oh yes, that's very good.
It's what you want to be using with your ring bearer.
Tariel.
Ugh.
I don't even know. Somewhere in solid, maybe.
I mean, Fantastic. She packs a punch.
She's okay.
Bottom of Fantastic. I mean, we've got fucking dwarves in there, like.
So, she's 3 attacks base with fight 6, and she's 3-2-3, which is a bit weird. I don't know. The bonus attacks are quite nice, but yeah, she's just too flimsy though. I think to be much higher than that. Like that D5 is scary.
She's got Elven Cloak though.
She's
getting survivability from having Hive.
Yeah, and from gaining all those bonus attacks.
Yeah, and she's got strikes, so actually she probably. And I mean, she gets that thing where Killy, the dwarf, is in your army and is killed, then she gets +1 strength, -1 defense, which is pretty clutch.
That is often used in meta-defining lists. Moving on.
Yeah. Where are we putting this, sorry?
Top of solid. Fuck it, it's where everybody else is.
Yeah. This is really maxed out solid. No commitment to whether they're good or bad. They're just...
Yeah.
Tilda, I know nothing.
So she buffs her friends.
She's fight 2, strength 3, D3, 1 attack, 2 wounds, courage 5, 111. She's got a spear. She's 30 points.
Oh, fantastic!
If she charges during the ensuing fight phase, her and any militia within 3 inches get a bonus of +1 to wound.
Oh, obviously,
+1 to wound is actually insane. So
of course they fucking do. It's only to militia though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think
they're so cheap. Like it's terrifying. I've played against it twice.
Yeah, I think where this is best is if you're doing a Thranduil's survivors combo, you have your front row of basic dudes with axe, and then they're all getting +1 strength and +1 to wound. So they're often wounding on like 4s or 5s, and you back them up with a back rank of elves. It's pretty good.
Solid with everyone else.
Yeah, I think solid just because she's so fucking cheap.
Where in solid?
Below glowing.
Yeah, not high solid.
Above Erkenbrand.
Can we put her above Erkenbrand?
Yeah, one above Erkenbrand. Her buff is way better than Erkenbrand's.
Yeah, okay.
And it's free, and she's cheap. Percy's pretty shit. To be honest,
I quite like him.
He's got a bow.
He does. Fight 3, he hits on a 3. He's got that Ranger elf shooting going on. Strength 4, D4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 4, 3-1-1. He's got accuracy. His special rule is him and Lake Town Militia within 6 inches may reroll 1s to hit when making shooting attacks.
Wow.
Average.
Good.
He's definitely a guy.
I think the buff is the fact the buff's 6 inches makes it quite usable. So maybe very top of average. He might even sneak into solid. But yeah, very top of average.
Very top of average.
Sure. Galadriel, witch form.
Lady of Light.
Pretty high. It's going to be fantastic or legendary.
She's got some cool shit going on.
Yeah. I mean, this version of her is better than the Lothlorien version, I think. It's got to be. It's got to be high fantastic.
Stuck in a less useful list, though.
Yeah, that is a shame.
And it's also just got a different role, doesn't it? Like the Lady of Light, the Lothlorien one is very much about buffing, whereas this is actually, she's probably going to get out there and actually kill some stuff. I don't know, Fortified Spirit is very, very good. Banishment, if you can use it, obviously in Vanquishers, is very, very good. And in Still Fear, also really, really nice. And she's got that kind of Harbinger effect going on with Courage. Yeah, I mean, it feels weird to put her in Fantastic, but maybe she does make it to Fantastic.
I think she's at least Fantastic.
Whereabouts?
Above all the other elves.
But below the banner.
Below the banner.
Cool. Right, we have Ingold.
He's fine.
Ingold is okay.
I think he's fantastic somewhere.
Is that's the guy with spear, isn't it? Not spear, shield.
No,
shield.
Yeah, the guy with the shield who makes you back away even if they lose the fight. I mean, that alone is quite good because you can just kind of, if you win priority, you're just going to chug 1 inch and kind of slowly break their line just
he's
through
very
that
consistent.
rule.
Yeah.
And he's got shield wall as well, so you can just chuck him in the middle of a gun.
He doesn't have march, defense, and strike, so he's okay for that kind of mid Gondor captain.
Yeah.
Did we say we're putting him fantastic? Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's fantastic. Yeah. I think just for the value, he's worth it.
Bottom of fantastic. Cool.
Sure.
Iralas.
I know nothing about him.
Iralas has a rule where he can shield, and if he wins the fight, he can make 1 strength 4 strike. So
should I grab his rules?
He's fight 5, strength 4, d6, attacks 2, wounds 2, 3-1-1. He's got heavy armor and a sword. He's got bodyguard. He's got march and defense, which I think is quite a nice combo on a character like this. And that defends the White City. He can use the shielding special even though he's not armed with a shield.
I think he's just a better captain in inverted commas, isn't he? No, that's not fair. He's a different captain because he doesn't have shield wall and stuff like that, so he doesn't play exactly the same role. But fight 5 base is quite nice because that you kind of need fight 5 nowadays because there's just so much high fight stuff going around. I
mean, bodyguarding on a hero like this, if you've got Boromir, for example, is pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think he's as good as Ingold, but I think he's fairly close.
No, I think he's solid. Let's put him below Glowing because that seems to be where we put everyone.
Yep.
Isn't quite as good. Elf Helm.
That's
I've used him a fair amount. Yeah, he's really good. Rerolling to hit and to wound on the thrown weapon's really consistent. He doesn't have march, which fucking sucks. He's just got accuracy, right?
And defense.
Does he have defense? Interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he'd be really useful for marches if he had that, but I basically only use him for moves because the next character has marches, and that's far more useful. But I think overall he's really good. So maybe top of fantastic somewhere, just below the elves.
I mean, like, throwing weapons are really good, and making something that's already really good better is like, and the fact he's got that 3 might as well means, I guess, like, because you're having so many opportunities to put in a potential wound, it does just mean you'd be happy, a bit like with Legolas shooting at a horse, I guess. Like, if you are actually able to get hit through on a hero, you'd be very happy to spend like a might or two to put a wound in. So I think he is really good. Yeah, Summorin fantastic for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Next up, then, Deerwine, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. So his rule to get free combats if he's within 6 of Theoden while Theoden's in combat is really nice.
That is quite good.
But he does have to join Theoden's combat, and sometimes, sometimes I have just called a normal heroic combat rather than doing the free one, because going towards Theoden's combat's much too limiting. If he can't get to it, he has to get as close to Theoden as possible. So unless Theoden really needs help and there's space and distance for Deerwine to actually get there, it's not as useful. What is sometimes useful is if Deerwine and Theoden are both on one guy together, then you call a free heroic combat. Theoden moves off first after you kill whatever opponent you're facing, and then Deerwine has to come and join Theoden. So you can gank. You can slingshot really nicely with both heroes. So
does his special rule work if they're in the same combat?
It just says
if he's engaged. So yeah, it would be.
So yeah, so it would. But if he were to move first, he would have to move as close to Theoden as possible, and you could manipulate it so that doing that means touching Theoden's base and an enemy's base. In which case, you're back into combat, and then Theoden can go off and fight someone else. So it is a bit tricky to use, I would say, but it is quite useful, and he's got March.
If you call a Deerwine, how would you then move Theoden first if they're in the same combat? Because wouldn't he have to move first?
So if you're heroic combating and you've got 2 models in there and you've slain the enemy, assuming it was only one enemy, let's say Theoden and Deerwine are now unengaged, you would then move each model that was in combat again. So there's no specificity on the order, I don't think.
Okay.
No,
cool.
so I believe that's correct. He's also D7, which is quite nice. And he's got that shield.
The March strike with 3 might and stuff like that. It's just so it's what you'd want on this kind of hero. So I think he's fantastic. I would almost argue for legendary, but I think upper fantastic is also fair.
Yeah, I think let's go bottom of legendary. We've not got enough legendaries.
Yeah, we are a bit short on legendaries. We can always bump some people up, though. I don't think Herald of the Dead qualifies for this because it's not a named hero.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. We'll skip over him then.
Yeah. So it's... Orin
Orifin.
That's the one.
Do you want me to read out his rules?
From memory, he's a bit meh.
Yeah, that's actually what it says in his rules.
No way. Crazy.
So he's 85 points. Fight 6, strength 4, d6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, and he's 3-1-1. He's got heavy armor and 2 swords. He's only got heroic strength, which is not ideal. If he rolls 1 or more natural 6s when making a dual roll, then any dice that roll a natural 6 will double the number of strikes they would normally make when rolling to wound. Any strikes doubled in this way will not double again if the model Orifin is fighting is trapped. So you can't like quadruple strike it. But basically, if you've not trapped a model and you roll a 6, which you're hoping to, I guess, to win the dual roll, you get to double the dice. It's
a bit too sporadic for me. It's not consistent enough to make him really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in solid.
I would actually argue average.
Really?
I think he's too flimsy.
I think he's around Gildor, isn't he?
Because I think you can get both of the others to D. Oh, actually, I'm going to check this. I'm going to see if you can get Haldir to D7.
I'm pretty sure you can.
With the heavy armor, maybe. Let me just double check that before we goof.
Maybe it is D6, actually. I don't know.
Oh, it would only be D6. Okay, I'll take it back.
Haldir's just better, though, isn't he?
I think, like, the expert shot on Haldir is so nice, and like the thing is, like, Haldir can kind of do, it could perform multiple roles, where Orifin, you are only throwing him in, and he's not super good in that role.
He's not good enough at the one role that he has.
Yeah. And I think you'd always take Rumel over him as well. Like, I can't see a reason. I mean, that's also not entirely fair necessarily, because Rumel's very good, but like, he does suffer for that.
Yeah. Cool. There we go then. So that's the. I mean, feel free to disagree with us in the comments, because I think after adding all those dwarves, this has slightly lost any.
This is completely
any
relevance.
They should have their own tier list. Let's do that again, but with dwarves.
No, that's really not.
We've done enough. We've served. I
never want to talk about Thorny again. So there we go. Yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if you disagree, and let us know why Samwise the Brave is, in fact, the best of all these heroes.
Yep.
Should we do news?
Let's do news. Let me just stop showing this, and then news. And there's actually stuff to talk about.
Ish.
Huzzah.
OMG. New horse for Lord of the Rings. The long-anticipated horse update. Now with Starry Hat.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
We know that's for Lord of the Rings, do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Build a pony in heavy armor.
What did you think it was for?
I have no idea. It could have been Britannia.
Do you mean Britannia?
Britannia, that's what I said.
Okay, well, Mare's been living in like a cave, clearly. It's definitely for Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Oh, this recording's taken too long.
It really has. I applaud this far into the video.
Do we?
Well done, Hunsler. You the man. Gods, yeah, that's the only Middle-earth news. Do you guys want to quickly talk about the Star Wars reveals?
We're not going to wildly speculate about what the horse is going to be.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, we need this on. Actually, you're totally right, AT. Whose horse is the horse? Mare, your prediction.
I think it's Grimbold's horse.
Grimbold's horse. Definitely not going to be Grimbold's horse, but I enjoy the meme. OT.
I mean, part of me wants to give a serious answer. Part of me just wants to meme. I think like it's Numenor, and I think it's going to be mounted Elendil. But yeah, that's my opinion.
I think it's going to be. I kind of think it might be Aragorn. You know.
Why? There's already a mounted Aragorn skull.
I think mounted Alessa sells better, and I think that you can only really justify stuff that's going to sell well.
If a sculpt already exists, why would they update it? Surely they would prioritize ones that haven't been done yet.
They
literally
made Elrond. I mean, all of the Rohan heroes that happened. Isildur. There you go. Final answer. Or his brother. Isildur or his brother. Final answer. Yeah. There we go. There's our wild speculation with no basis. Do you guys want to talk about these Star Wars reveals at Adepticon?
Yes, in that we're very excited for some of the models. For what?
I said, speak for yourself. Yeah.
I can't wait for
There was a little bit of sarcasm, but
I think like it's fine. None of them look like massively OP to me, at least. I think they'll all be fine, and like some of the sculpts look quite cool. I like the new Obi-Wan sculpt. I think that's nice.
That won't be until next year, though.
Yeah, I know, but you know, a man can dream. I like the Rebel undercover squad thing, whatever it was. Like, I quite like the sound of that. That sounds like quite a cool idea. But yeah, like it was all, to be fair, like they've been fairly good about keeping people updated as to what's coming. So yeah, I think it's all kind of expected, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of it we knew was coming anyway, didn't we?
Yeah.
But some of it was a surprise, and the results of Worlds will be very intriguing. Find out soon. Although it might, I'm sure it's already finished, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Legion HQ to put a blog post out.
Well, Shadow Collective one.
Yeah, and then there were 7 CIS lists.
Yeah. Despite it being clearly the worst faction. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Anyway, there's not a whole lot. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Yeah, not a whole lot to say apart from that.
And can we talk about Halo Flashpoint?
If you want to,
yeah, I would like to talk about Halo.
Well, I mean, you've both heavily invested. I'm really glad I took those.
It was a bit of a knee-jerk purchase.
No,
I'm very. It may be for you, but for about this,
Onod's been fantasizing about this for months.
As soon as they announced it, I've been really keen on the info. Yeah, models look cool. The Master Chief model, so good. I don't know why, but like giving him the energy sword, very cool. Like that model, just really good.
It looks sick. Yeah,
I've heard apparently in the rules that Master Chief is going to be the equivalent of 2 Spartans, so he's going to be pretty beastly. And I actually think mechanics, they were demoing it at Adepticon, so those people have been able to play it. Sounds super interesting. Like the game modes are going to be based on the multiplayer, which I think if you're coming from multiplayer Halo, I guess maybe you either like that because it's like familiar or you don't. From coming from more of a miniature gaming side, I think it's super interesting because it's like a lot of game modes which don't really get done in miniature gaming. Like Oddball, for example, I'm super interested to see how that translates.
Yeah.
I think Capture the Flag would be quite interesting. I know that Middle have almost captured the flag-esque scenario, but other than that, I don't think that's really done much in other games. So yeah, I think that'll be really fun. And then I've also heard that there's going to be like respawning.
Wow.
So I'm really interested.
Really going for the video game thing,
yeah, I'm really interested to see what a mini game is like with like respawn locations and models coming back, because I think that
super
it really I think it means it's a lot more objective focused though. You can't just win the game by killing your opponent. You actually have to play the objective. I'm super interested. I think it looks quite good. I quite like the cube system. I know that
that's cool.
I know a lot of people say the game that it's based on called Dead Zone's good. It's a Mantic original IP, so it's like zero interest. But actually applying it's like Halo, cool idea. And they also apparently at Adepticon were talking about the possibility of like grunts being in it and stuff. So
that's
I think that there'll be cool factions coming along that won't just be 4 Spartans or 4 elites. So I'm really looking forward to it. I got the Spartan edition. I think Mare did too.
I did.
Bring on, when is it? September? Bring on September.
That's so far away.
Yeah, I know. But I was going to get it regardless. It was just how much I invested. But you know what? £100 for all the terrain, all the dice, all the cards. Oh, the other thing very quickly that I'm really interested in, they're going to have weapons that you pick up. So all of the cards start with your default weapons, but then around the map, you will be able to pick up other weapons and you upgrade your guys as you go. I also think super interesting as a concept, the idea that you like, do you go for the objective or do you go for the better weapon so you can then shoot your opponent off the objective? I'm really interested. I think it'll be fun. He says with no gameplay.
Let's cut back to this in
no gameplay experience or real in-depth knowledge, but everyone said that it played well that I've seen at Adepticon, and I realized that they're all who would say that, but there we go. Cool. I think that concludes news ?
Yeah, I mean we've probably forgotten some stuff, but
Blood Bowl gnomes, love gnomes.
Oh, the swan thing.
They were fun. The goose.
Cool. Yeah.
I'll probably end up getting that too because they were fun. I just want to paint them mostly. Right, I think that's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
There we go. Another
earthy episode.
Another pod, another $1.
No.
Are we getting paid?
No, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Another $1 for Onod, not for us.
It's another
I
$1 for
see.
another $1 for YouTube, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Right. Well, it
Yeah.
is goodbye from all of us.
Bye.
Bye.
I actually
Hope you
hate the
enjoyed
way
our rambling.
I hate the way we do goodbyes. It's terrible.
Should we make up a different way?
Think about how we started. Think about the energy you brought. Like,
Oh yeah. How do you? The trouble is all those kind of shit videos.
I think you need to
so
plan like a funny meme that you're going to say before you sign off.
I think it's more just like a peace out, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that
You're
bell.
told people to do that.
Hit that bell. Subscribe to the Patreon. You can check out OT's OnlyFans in the description.
Oh, that's an old joke. Me.
And we'll see
Wasn't even
you.
funny when we started it. Fuck's sake.
We'll see you next month. Peace.
Peace.
Peace out.